Yesterday, whenever I was streaming, I didn't read this, but apparently Blizzard fired more people. I understand that. I think everybody understands that. Bobby was only making $30 million. How can he buy 5 helicopters with only $30 million? He can only buy 4. And so they had to cut some people. They had to trim the fat. They had to get rid of them. And honestly, it sounds, you know what sounds really fucking disgusting? Is the fact that I actually have thought about investing in Activision Blizzard because they're so fucking soulless. It's like, I can guarantee that if there's a way for them to make money, they will make me money, because they will do it off of the backs of their fucking 20-year employees that they pay like McDonald's staff. It is insane. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's look at this. Activision Blizzard. If you have a problem with Activision Blizzard, apparently they fire you. Activision Blizzard is laying off roughly 50 employees from their Esports Division, affecting Overwatch League and Call of Duty League. Well, this should come as a surprise to nobody, because Overwatch League, basically, if you have, what's the buy-in for an Overwatch League? So 30 million? I think it's like, it's got to be like, it's between, I think a buy-in for LCS is like 20 mil, right? Because I like, because, you know, we have an org, so like, I know these numbers. And let's be honest, are you getting your money back for Overwatch? Look at the return in terms of the amount. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's not a flex. Because you know what the conversation was? Oh, it'd be cool if we had a league team. It's like, yeah, do we have $20 million? No. Okay, all right. I mean, so actually it's the exact opposite of a flex. But anyway, Overwatch League and the League of Legends, you compare the two of these things, they have such a massively different viewership, and the barrier to entry for getting into like the Overwatch League or something like that is just simply not worth it for a lot of these companies, I believe. And also, they're probably going to be scaling this down because Blizzard, they tried this like really weird thing. And remember what we were talking about a little bit ago about the people who are, oh, these people are, you know, they don't know anything about computers, right? The, you know, the executives that are disconnected from technology. These are the same exact people that thought that it would be a good idea to take an online video game and attach different teams to cities. Who thought this was a good idea? Probably somebody that watches a lot of basketball and doesn't play a lot of video games. I don't like that. I think it's fucking stupid. And here's why it's stupid. It's stupid because I think one of the best things about esports, one of the best things about gaming in general, is the fact that it is a level playing field for pretty much everybody. And also, not only that, is it removes a lot of the barriers to entry. It removes, you know, a person's age. It removes a person's their gender. It removes their race, and you become a person. And the success that you have in a game is attributed to the time and effort that you put into it. Now, obviously, you know, an older person's got more money, so, you know, if you're playing something like Genshin Impact, maybe somebody who's 40 and is a stockbroker's got an advantage, or maybe somebody who's 29 and lives in New York, and, you know. Anyway, as reported by Sports Business Journal, Activision Blizzard president of sports entertainment, Tony Patetti, had a meeting this morning discussing the restructuring. Have you guys ever noticed that restructuring always means firing people? Like, the thing is that they have these words, like restructuring, these euphemisms. And it's like at a certain point, the euphemism stops working. Because it's like if your boss says, we're going to have a conversation, and every single time that you have a conversation that involves you having to go to work on fucking Saturday, or you having to, you know, get like another, you've got to talk to HR again because you drew a dick on the side of your TPS report, something like that. Every single time that you hear that word conversation, you're going to feel the same fucking thing than if you hear something else. Like, we've got to think of this is a new word. Like, instead of restructuring, what would be another word? Maybe a reimagining. You know, a strategy recalibration. Something like that. You've got to think of an overhaul. No, an overhaul, that's a lot. You know, just a streamline, yeah, streamlining, okay? Yeah, just a streamline, downsizing. Oh, no. That'll get them to freak out. And a reforging. And noting the division's decreasing reliance on live events. That's actually a really good point, and I think this is what's going to happen with pretty much everywhere. You're seeing more and more companies realize that after COVID, see, here's the real underlying condition that COVID is going to have. The real underlying condition is that it's going to teach these companies how to be effective without having as many employees. It's going to teach these companies that maybe you don't need a lot of people in the office and you can hire less people and have them work remotely. And the problem with that is that we don't have a social infrastructure to support so many people who are unemployed. This is the reality. And I am very concerned about this. Because you can guarantee, UBI. I'm a big supporter of that. I really am, because I think it's the future. I think in 30 years, we're going to be at like 70 or 80% employment at the best, because automation is going to remove a lot of these jobs. And you're seeing this happening with COVID, and COVID has encouraged a lot of these companies to really take leaps and bounds that I think are good. The problem is at the social level, that hasn't caught up to it. And to try to make things more optimum and make them more automated. And I'm worried about this. I am, because this is what's going to keep happening. People get laid off, and guess what's going to happen after COVID's over? They ain't going to get hired back. That's what I'm worried about. And you're seeing this happen right here with Activision Blizzard. We learned a lot in the last year in terms of how leagues can be structured for online play, and we'll look to carry forward the best practices from that, he said. In terms of timing, it's a reaction to the realities of how leagues are playing and what resources we need to allocate to best serve the league, owners, teams, and fans. Peretti, who reports to Activision CEO Bobby Kotick, also noted that there were discussions on how to best structure the league even before he started in August. The decision took time apart because you never take anything like this lightly. I don't know about that. But, I think it obviously... It's crazy to think that, didn't Blizzard have, over, 900 or over, 1,000 employees? And, just in the past, 2 years, they've lost, a fifth of their employees. I can only imagine, that must be really bad for morale. Really, I mean, because you're sitting there and it's 1 in 5 people is out the fucking door. And the worst part about it is I actually think that a lot of these executives and people like that, they like that. Because the odds are that the 4 out of 5 that are still there are working harder. Not only because, now they have to fill in for the fucking person that got fired, but on top of that, because they're worried about getting fired themselves. It's dehumanizing to an extent. It definitely is. I don't know if it's really like that in Blizzard, but I've read stories about these different game companies that go into crunch time. And this is you think crunch time, it's it's studying for an exam until 3 a.m., on one day. But for these people, it's months and months of 90-hour weeks so they can spend, and get a $2,000 bonus and a signed copy of the video game. And meanwhile, these other the people that are fucking invested make all the money. Tweet Elon Musk to buy Blizzard and make it great again. Oh, that'd be easy, dude. In a following statement, a spokesperson reiterated how the pandemic has changed consumer needs and entertainment. Players are increasingly choosing to connect with our games digitally and the esports team, much like traditional sports, entertainment, and broadcasting industries. Has had to adapt its business due to the impact that the pandemic has had on live events. A company spokesperson said the affected U.S. workers will receive a minimum 90-day severance and health benefits for a year. I do think that if you're going to fire somebody, this does seem reasonable, right? You're giving them a year of health benefits. That's good. You're giving them 3 months of pay. I think that's not bad, man. We can meme on Blizzard, and I'll get to that. I saw the tweet by Jason Schreier yesterday. They also got Blizzard's underselling themselves here, okay? Blizzard cares about the employees. They give a shit. And that's why. That's why they also gave them $200. Where is it here? $200 and Battle.net balance. More on today's Activision layoffs. Dozens of people at the whole company were impacted, not just live events. Well, I would have never expected that. In addition, 90-day severance, they received $200 Battle.net gift cards. Hey, they would have given them honor points, but they couldn't use them because they'd be fired. Reminds us of whenever Disney shut down LucasArts and gave us tickets to Disneyland's. So let's see how Blizzard's stock is doing. So they've been doing great. Yeah, they've been doing really, really well. And all Call of Duty? I mean, it should be. Fucking Warzone is one of the best games that they've ever made. I think so. So it should be a lot of Call. Do 5 years? Yeah, sure, I can look at 5 years. Yeah, I don't know what happened here in 2018. I have no idea. But it's not good, I'll say that. But yeah, I mean, they're obviously doing better now. Pretty much than they ever have, except for this one peak. They're at BFA. Oh man, no wonder it went down. So yeah, this is obviously a shame. It's sad to see this happen to these people that work there, and I don't really know what else to say about it, man. It's disappointing.